So let's talk about how our x and y intercepts relate to our linear functions. So the x-intercept is where our graph intersects the x-axis, and it's where y is equal to 0. So our coordinate is some x-coordinate with a y-coordinate of 0. The y-intercept is where the graph intersects the y-axis, so that's going to be where x is equal to 0, and it gives us the coordinate 0 with some y-coordinate, which we typically denote with b. So in terms of looking at graphs, if we want to find the x-coordinate and the x-intercept and y-intercept, we're looking at where we're intersecting the axes. So this one, I have this coordinate 0, 4, and a coordinate 2, 0. So 0, 4 is intersecting the y-axis, so that's what's making it the y-intercept. So x is 0, y is 4. Then the x-intercept is going to come from that coordinate 2, 0, coming from where we're intersecting the x-axis, so 2, 0. And just one more example here. Here, if we check our 2 points, so we have this coordinate 0, negative 1. We also have the coordinate 2, 0. So with this, the y-intercept is where we're intersecting that y-axis, which is happening at 0, negative 1. Then the x-intercept is where we're intersecting the x-axis, which is occurring at 2, 0. So from a graph, we're just looking at coordinates that are on the x and y axis. If we want to find the x-intercept and y-intercept from an equation, so if we have 2x minus 4y equals 8, we're going to find these separately. So the x-intercept. To find the x-intercept, we want to set y equal to 0. So what we're going to do is take our equation 2x minus 4y equals 8, but instead of placing y, we're going to plug in 0 for y. So this is really 2x minus 0 equals 8. Divide both sides by 2, so x is equal to 4. So this is giving us the coordinate for 0 for our x-intercept. For the y-intercept, we're going to do the same thing, except we set x equal to 0. So we're going to go 2 times x, but we're going to plug in 0 for x, minus 4y equals 8, and we're going to solve for y. So 2 times 0 is 0, so we're left with negative 4y equals 8. Divide both sides by negative 4, and we're left with a negative 2. So our coordinate 0, negative 2 is our y-intercept. All right, this video is pretty fast. What's nice about using intercepts is the fact that you're always having a 0 in there, and zeros are just really nice to work with. But let's go ahead and look at a word problem. So we have the balance in your college payment account C is a function of the number of quarters you attended. So we're getting this function C of Q, that C gives the balance that needs to be paid, and Q is the number of quarters you attend. Interpret the function C of Q equals 20,000 minus 4,000 Q in words. And actually, I didn't leave myself enough space because we have a second part to this question. So let me just move that over here. Okay. Interpreting. So whatever is multiplying with Q is our variable change. It's our rate of change. So let me just say that. So with this negative 4,000, this is our rate of change. So something we could see here is that it is decreasing. And it's decreasing by, and our units are going to be our units for change in output, which output is in money. And then change in input is the number of quarters. So like dollars per quarter is going to be our units for the rate of change. So what we're seeing here is decreasing by $4,000 per quarter. So all of that's coming from our rate of change. Then we have this 20,000 here, and this 20,000 is that fixed cost, or it's like our initial value. So what we could do is think of this as our initial value of, and this would be a cost, $20,000. So this right here is the college payment account, and we're talking about the balance of this account. So it's like the balance is starting at this $20,000, and then we're paying off $4,000 per quarter. So let's go ahead and put that in a sentence. The starting balance is $20,000 and decreases by $4,000 per quarter. All right, so how many quarters of college can you pay for until this account is empty? So it's like the school gave us $20,000. We have to give $4,000 each term to attend. So what we want to do is we want to know when is the balance of this account. It's like when is C, for it to be empty, the balance would be 0. So what we're doing is we're solving 0 equals 20,000 minus 4,000Q. I'm going to go ahead and add 4,000Q to both sides of the equation so that everything's positive. So 4,000Q equals 20,000. Divide both sides by 4,000. And we'll get Q equals 5. So you can pay for 5 quarters with this account. All right, so there's a little interpretation, as well as this just found an intercept. As soon as you set an input or an output to 0, you're finding some sort of intercept, whether in this case it would be like the balance being 0 or the number of quarters being 0. If we were looking at the number of quarters being 0, then that would be that balance of $20,000. Here we're looking for a balance of $0, which is the idea of the account being empty.